Hi, I'm Jolene Engel with the Alabaster Jar blog, and today I'm addressing one of my readers' questions. It's actually a very fun question for me. She wants to know who designed my blog, and I was quite surprised that somebody had asked me that. So if you're considering blogging, maybe the Lord has been stirring in your heart to start an online ministry. Hopefully my journey will minister to you. So when I started blogging a couple years ago, I knew nothing, didn't know how to design a thing, didn't really know what a blog was. I found if I typed in blogging, Blogspot came up. I didn't know that there were two different platforms, being Blogger was one of them and WordPress was the other. So I just said, great, sign me up, it's free. I did the Blogger thing, I used the template, and I knew no code. And then I saw all these gorgeous blogs out there, and I thought, how do I get my blog to look like that? I'd like my blog to look like that, because really your online blog, that's you. That's all they know about you at that point. So it kind of is you're branding yourself. It kind of gives the reader an insight into kind of who you are with the design and so forth. So anyways, I headed down that journey of just using a simple template from Blogger. The call from my Lord was simply to write, and I had a lot to learn about technology. So over the course of a few months, I found a book, How to Design Your Own Blog for Free, on growinghomeblog.com. I found a lot of wonderful resources there because I wasn't looking to put money into the ministry through design at that point. And when I looked at other blog designers, what they were charging, a couple $100s here and there, I'm like, that's not our reality. So I just kind of I was a do-it-yourselfer. So after a while then I moved to WordPress, and that was a complete disaster for me. I couldn't figure it out. Blogger and WordPress were like two different languages. And I used a free template I found online, and that ended up with a virus. It locked me out of WordPress. So then I moved back to Blogger because, again, the call from my Lord was to write. And so I stayed a Blogger for a while and learned more code. Again, all do it yourself. I would Google things. I would follow people who showed you how to make buttons and make things pretty. And I lost a lot of hair in the process because it was very frustrating for me because I'm just not a technical-minded person. And after a while, the blog was getting bigger, and I didn't feel that Blogger could handle what God was really kind of birthing in my heart, where He wanted the ministry to go. I just felt that I needed to move back to WordPress, believe it or not. So, but before I moved back to WordPress, I did more research and studying on StudioPress, which is a template that I have today that did cost us some money, but it's been fabulous. The template that I use is the Pros theme because you can add colors and such, and it's for a non-developer. So that's me. I'm a non-developer. I do have some background in graphic designing, so that has helped. I used to, plan special events for cities and make flyers and newsletters and all sorts of stuff like that. So that helped me, but I did not know how to use Adobe Photoshop. That's a nightmare of a program. My stuff is all kind of old school, but I knew if I wanted things that were crisp and clear, I kind of had to go down that path and learn that program a little bit. And I've limped by. So I've designed my header. We found some stock photos online that we paid a few dollars for to get my little alabaster jar, even though it's not a typical alabaster jar by any means. We couldn't find one of those pictures. I wanted the flowers to spill out to give like that fragrant aroma of pouring out your life for Christ. I've had to figure out how to download fonts because I didn't know how to do that. So again, it's all trial and error. And everything there is just me tinkering at night when my mind is, I just kind of need to shut down from all the emails that come in or the counsel that's given. I kind of just play in the little graphic world and just kind of figure some things out here and there. But I absolutely love StudioPress. They give you support. I needed it because I also migrated my blog. So if that was going from Blogger to WordPress, you lose pictures, you lose links, and again, I didn't have the money to pay a web developer or whatever they call themselves, so I just, researched tutorials, figured it out on my own, and I've done it twice because I went from Blogger to WordPress, back to Blogger, and then to WordPress. So yes, in all of that, I've lost followers every single time I move. I have 2 feed burner feeds because I don't know how to merge them. But the bottom line is, if the information gets out, that's what matters. And ultimately, they're not my follower. They're a follower of Jesus, and they are women that I minister to. So I just kind of let that go. So if you find yourself kind of in that boat, I understand that. I've even had my Facebook page was filled with spam, and every time you click on it, it would tell the reader, oh, this is a spam page, which it never was, and Facebook never helped me out there. So if anything could go wrong on a blog and your social media, I've gone through it. And again, it's stuff I didn't have answers to, I couldn't fix, and I did the best I could. And all the design work is just me, learning how can I better this, how can I categorize this more, because I like a very clean look. For me, going to a blog that has lots of color, lots of stuff all over the place, I don't know if it's part of my attention. I just go into shutdown. I'm like, whoa, way too much information here. I know that I had one gal critique my blog, and she thought it was very plain, and I'm like, good, because I like it plain. I like it to where you could see the content, and women could know, oh, what's this, and I could find some information here. So I'm still always in the process of kind of fine-tuning it, and as the ministry grows bigger and bigger, I'll move things around so you could get things right at your fingertips and not feel somewhat lost. So hopefully that's kind of answered your design question. It's just me learning. Highly, highly recommend Studio Press, and no, I don't get paid for saying that, but they were just such great help for me. I haven't had any virus issues or technical stuff that was related to their template. So if you're new to blogging, it's a hard choice. Blogger was so user-friendly. It was just like you write out your post and you click publish and you're kind of done. WordPress, I just feel, was so much more than that. However, if God is calling you to online ministry, it does get bigger, it grows. And I kind of felt that Blogger couldn't categorize. I'm sure you can. I'm sure that there are blogger gurus out there that could develop and put things all over the place, but I couldn't. For me, it was just like I was spending way too much time trying to figure out how to put things in spots to where the reader could find them. So I felt that as your ministry or my ministry has grown, that WordPress was the best place for me, but it was a nightmare going back and forth. So anytime I meet a potential blogger and they ask me those questions, I recommend highly for them to go look at both platforms. WordPress.org, I think that's a free program as well, so you could go down that path, and Blogger as well. So anyways, I hope that has helped. And if you're brand new to graphic design and you don't have Photoshop, you can look into PicMonkey.com, PICMONKEY.com, and that's a free program, and I'm sure that you could grab a lot of fonts there and kind of design your own header and so forth and put that into your blog as well. So anyways, I hope that helps. God bless.